Hi everybody, how are you? It's Jay Victoria, the Energy Queen, and I decided to do another energy update this week. I did one last night, but I ended up talking a lot about feminine energy, and I know that not everybody identifies as feminine, so I decided I was just gonna do another update because there were a lot of things that I want to say besides that. If you're interested though in listening to any info on feminine energy, check out the update from January 11th. And so this is the update for January 12th. I do these every Sunday, and they are basically to give you like an energetic weather report, advice, things that I think are relevant. It's New York City, you can hear. That will help you to move forward, hopefully. And I think that honestly, we're learning a lot of the same lessons as humans at the same time. So hopefully the things I'm saying can resonate with you and what you're going through as well. A lot of what I give in the updates too are things that I might have learned that week. So it's like on the forefront, of everything that, a lot of the stuff that I'm learning as well. So, because I'm human too, as well as a spirit. We're all powerful spirits, but we're human. So one thing I want to say this week is that I've been feeling this. I'm sure I'm not the only one, so let me know in the comments if you feel this as well. Especially with sort of the spiritual movement and interest in spirituality and the discovery of our gifts, which come from God, I believe. And they're beautiful. And heaven, I don't ever feel, when I really connect to the energy of heaven, I never feel judgment. I always feel like they're having a party. That's literally, it's like the happiest vibe. If you know the song Genius of Love by Tom Tom Club, that's the song that always reminds me of what heaven feels like and looks like when I connect to that. So you can listen to that song and get a sense of what I'm talking about. A lot of times we take things that people on earth do and we project that onto heaven and God and all these spiritual realities, but I just think that we just don't even realize like there's zero fear. It's all just literally just love. So that can help us navigate what's real and not real, even while here on earth. And one mistake that I have made, I will be honest. I'm trying to be more vulnerable, which I think is a good practice to have. And, in discovering my own spiritual gifts, I just took it and ran. And I never felt like I would leave God out. But I think at a certain point, I started to feel a lot of responsibility to heal people, to be a leader, to be a guide. People paying me lots of money and wanting to really help them. And I have helped so many people, but I think there was something about that pressure that just didn't feel good to me or my clients, because I think like if we ever come at somebody like they're God, like that can be just not true at the end of the day. And so it's kind of like, it's like you put someone on a pedestal. I started to learn again and again, you always get knocked down. So to just be really balanced about what's actually happening, which is, yes, we can be given divine spiritual gifts and we should use them to help each other. That's why we were given them, right? I feel like I get put in front of a lot of people who need me specifically, and I'm honored by that, to have a skill to see energy visually, to clear negative energy instantly. And I work with the energy of Jesus. That's how I clear negative energy. And I teach what I do. We're actually starting energy school tomorrow. It's an 8-month program. And this is I don't know, I've taught it a few times, but I think this is going to be my 16th student who learned how to see energy, perceive energy visually, and clear negative energy in minutes or instantly. Really, it's really a matter of seconds, but you can clear it very, very quickly. It's exciting. I think it's really exciting stuff. But what I'm saying, whether you have a spiritual ability that you're aware of right now or not, no matter what you do, I think a lot of us make this mistake of thinking that we have to do everything. And that makes life really, really hard. I once heard someone who's inspired me is Oprah. And I once heard her say, that God helped her. And that she was looking at the camera and she said, you can't do it on your own with your little will, the free will that you have, but you can't do it without him. And I remember thinking, like, is that really true? Like, I feel like I'm pretty powerful. I feel like when I look at my life, like most of the things I've done, like I've done it, I think, or done something. So I remember being confused a little bit by that, but I knew, well, look at how successful she is. She must know what she's talking about. But I think what happens sometimes is when we think about God and we think about Jesus and we have concepts of who they are. But again, a lot of times our concept of God or of Jesus is based on people that we've seen in our lives and how they've treated us and what we think we're deserving of based on the way people have treated us. I realized even the other day, just standing in line in a store waiting to buy pet food, I was like, my concept of God still kind of is my parents. And that can't be the truth. Like the way my parents treated me, who are flawed humans, because everybody is a flawed human, no one's perfect. My concept of God still kind of was like that. Like the way my mom treated me, that's what God is. That must be what God is. Because when you're really, really, really young, you don't know the difference between your parent. They are God to you because they're your whole world. So the way they treat you can really set up your beliefs about yourself and about God and about everything. And through my work, I've discovered beliefs are what energy is. So if you have negative beliefs, those are the deepest blocks inside of you. And that's why a lot of people live the same patterns their whole life, because how do you get to those and change those? The work I do with Energy Queen Alchemy, clearing negative energy, reaches those deep layers and helps to speed up the process, because I really think there's not enough time for me personally. I don't think based on the rate I was healing without doing EQA, there wouldn't have been enough time for me to heal the way I wanted to heal in this lifetime. It took me like 5 or 10 years to like heal like one thing authentically. What I mean? So when I started working with energy, I was like, oh, this is faster. This is like very practical too. And I love that because God gave me this gift to help people. But all that to say, when you get a gift like that, it's really exciting and you want to run with it. You want to help people. You want to tell people what you can do. And I didn't even realize, and I think we're always learning, we're always growing. But what I'm trying to get to here is that I had like my Oprah moment. I realized it is actually a version of hell on earth to try to do it yourself. It is that serious. And if you're having a hard time connecting with God, I want you to think about who you think God is, because usually it's going to be whoever was around you when you were really young. And that's not actually who God is. So the cool thing is you can start to discover God energetically. You can actually meet Jesus energetically and get to know him maybe for the first time. Because I swear to you, who he is surprises me every single day, every day. Because we hear people talk about him so much, but who he really, really is and his energy is always surprising me in a good way. It's always a relief to me, to be honest, because he's not judgmental. Just so full of love and wanting to help. And the cool thing is he's so able to do the things that we can't. In Oprah's side, like, you can't do it by your own will, but with him you can. It's because he can do all the things that you can't do. And so it is a version of hell on earth to literally try to do everything yourself because you're just not able to take care of the supernatural things and control them. Like, there's so much out of our control every day. We need that bigger force. Like, we just do. And what I'm saying is you can try to do it without him. But I think that leads to a lot of suffering. And I realized that I was going through that recently. I've been through a lot of different phases with my, on my journey, but I didn't really expect this one where I really felt like, and maybe you feel like this, it's like, even when I get enough sleep, my soul just feels tired all the time. And it's not a physical tired, it's a soul, like, it's hard to describe. And I never felt comfortable. I didn't know why. And it was just like always stressed out, always tired, always depressed, always sad. And, to different degrees at different levels. But kind of like, when is this gonna let up? Because it just feels like so overwhelming. And then I started to realize what I was doing, which was trying to control everything myself. And I work with energy, but I'm very much still, I grew up Catholic, I'm still Catholic. I pray the rosary every day. I pray every day. I'm doing energy clearing every day. And I still realized I'm still not letting him really help me. Like, I'm not really asking for help. I'm not really trusting is a really key word with Jesus. That's like a real energetic process. I'm actually writing a book on this, an ebook coming out on Wednesday, the 15th, called Your Personal Resurrection, explaining more about this. So if you're interested in that, you can email me. I'll put that in the description. But it's like kind of crazy, and I'm saying this as somebody who's worked professionally with energy and the energy of Jesus for 5 years now. It's just amazing how you can keep growing in your relationship with God, and just how important it is. And so I wanted to share this personal story so that you can hopefully get some clear answers on maybe something you need to do as well. Because what I can say is that what I love to do with Jesus, especially to build trust, is to build trust in small ways. Even he will help you with the big things, but sometimes it's hard for us to give to, and it's an energetic process. Prayer is an energetic process. Giving, when people say give it to Jesus, that's an energetic process you're doing, and your soul knows how to do these things. But I think hearing about it helps, and it can be hard to energetically, authentically give him something if you don't have that trust. So I find even with small things, like just throughout your day asking for help with this or that, or the timing of this, or like this would be helpful, or that. He, I find, loves to do special things for you. I'll tell you a cool thing. Actually, I mentioned I was at the pet store buying cat food, and when I was thinking about all this, and I realized, yeah, like I need to really connect to Jesus, and so I asked him for help. And what I did, and he loves to work with you on this kind of thing too, I said, can you just show me something? Can you just show me like a sign? Can you just show me something to show me that you're here, that I'm really not alone? Can you just show me, like, please just do something? And I just let it go. I just was like, fine. I move up the line. I'm carrying cat litter. I'm carrying cat food, cat treats, all the good things. I take really good care of my kitty babies. I go up, and the guy is ringing up all these like cans of food and the litter. He scanned the litter and it beeped. I saw it. He scanned everything. And then I thought it was going to be about $40. He looks at me and he goes, $23. And I was like, well, that seems like not, like, I was just thinking that, like, seems way less than I thought. But I was also like, he literally scanned everything. I saw it. I heard it. Like, okay, I trust that. It's $23. I paid for it. I got the receipt. I started walking out of the store. I look at the receipt once I'm out of the store, and all I paid for was the cans of food. I didn't pay for the litter. I didn't even pay for the cat treats. And I was like, that is so cool. I don't even know how that is possible. How is that even possible? Because he scanned it and it beeped. Like, I honestly don't know. And I knew when that happened that was a gift. I knew that. And I talk about and teach about feminine energy a lot. And that is one of the things that I actually teach, that when you get something for free, don't worry about it. That's like the feminine is receptive, and it's not bad. You're not a bad person. Actually, as a woman, it's really important for you to learn to receive. So if something like that happens, it's just be like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't actually do anything, right? But I was really amazed that actually happened. And I knew that was my sign. That was a confirmation, and that was really nice. And I actually was back at the pet store tonight, and I have a favorite number. It's a year 19. I won't say it because it's kind of like I use it for a lot of stuff, but it's 19 something something. And I feel like, again, he was like showing me something cool, which the total of the bill I paid tonight was 19, that exact number. And I was like, what are the chances of that even? I thought that was so cool. So he loves you. He wants to work with you and help you. And I also find he's very patient with us, and he is respectful of us. And I think just so much wants us to come to him, though, for help, because he can help us. I was thinking about this too. I want to put this out there that, I mean, my whole life, I know for most of us, we hear God is love, God loves you, Jesus loves you. I'm going to be honest, for me, like, that's always been a little bit, like, it's comforting, but also, like, we need to make that real for ourselves. And one thing that I actually realized the other day, and I suggest that you try it too, it might help you, is to just be like, God likes me. Jesus likes me. He knows me, even. You could even start there. He knows me. He knows who I am. He likes me. And that's kind of where I'm at, to be honest. Still being like, oh, he likes me. That's still something I'm telling myself every day. Oh, the creator of the universe likes me. He likes me. Oh, okay. Like, that can change a lot of things for you. And I think when we hear God loves you, we kind of tune it out. Like, yeah, I've heard it a million times. But when you hear he likes you, doesn't that feel like there's something you can feel, like it kind of gets you to think a little bit, like, oh. And that is the truth that I know, is that he does love you immensely. But if you think about it that way, it can kind of be like a gateway to connecting with that love. And yeah, trying to do it on your own, I think, is not, honestly, a recipe for disaster. So connect in whatever way you can. Find out for yourself. Ask for things. Like, that's what I'm doing too. It's like, ask for things, get the confirmation. Even if you have spiritual abilities. The very definition of evil, a lot of people ask me about evil. Well, I don't know if they ask me. I think a lot of people kind of say stuff sometimes. And I mean, what I know is that what we call evil is just separation from God. So energy work is not evil, right? You can be evil in any occupation, doing any career, anything at all, any type of person who does anything. You can be evil, right? Because what evil is separation from God. So you can be literally a priest and be evil. You can be a nun and be evil. You can be So that's what that means. So it just makes me laugh because like we like get all these things wrong so much as humans. Like it's just kind of funny sometimes. But that is the experience of hell as well. Energetically, I have actually had God show me energetically the experience of hell, and what it was separation from God. So what I'm saying is we can create hell on earth by separating ourselves from God. And it's not necessary and it's not helpful either. I actually believe, like, I don't know how to explain this, but I started to feel like, when I started realizing this concept of trying to do everything ourselves not being good for us and making things harder for us and not being helpful for us, that I think that that's a layer of hell. I don't want to talk about hell too much, but I think that to me, that is like a layer of it. There are probably layers, but there's a layer of it where I think it's believing that you can do everything yourself and you don't need God. And you really think that. So don't create hell on earth for yourself and be that kind of person here. Bring heaven on earth into your reality by opening up, not even doing it because I told you to, but discovering for yourself what's available to you. That human beings have never, ever been totally self-sufficient. We don't control the planets. We don't control the weather. We don't control, I'm doing like an energetic weather report. There's so many things that it just isn't logical for us to think that we are it, like we're enough. And yes, we are a spark of God. We are very powerful. We do have gifts, but it's like not charging your iPhone into the source of power. And it not only is this the source of power, God is the source of power, but he does love you and he wants to help you. And so it's just not smart, I think, as a human to think that you're not even going to access all of that. It's like literally someone being like, hey, that problem you have, I have the solution. I am actually powerful enough to change that. And you're just like, no, I think I'm going to do it myself, even though I don't know what I'm doing. Like, it's like not logical. And I just find like he really wants to be invited into our lives and our hearts. And the whole thing with energy is about being authentic. You can't fool the energy world. That's why when you pray or when you ask for help, just be authentic, be genuine, believe. That's really the language of the energy world. And I've seen when I pray, not just with my words, but with my belief, I have actually seen gigantic big lights of energy come into me. And I know that's from God. And it's like literally just someone who's there wanting to give you a present or help you all the time. And, he is wiser than us. So he has the bigger picture perspective. So we have to trust as well. And that involves us being humble, which not everybody wants to do that. But, this is a relationship that you can start to build and start to explore and start to learn for yourself. And I think it's kind of nice. I think it's a weight off of our shoulders as human beings, not to have to do it all ourselves. Because I think with the big dreams that we have, I think we need an element of the supernatural to not only make them happen, to make them cool, to make the story the coolest version it can be. And when you look at people's lives who have these cool things happen to them, like someone like Oprah, like you can see God's work. You can see the phenomenon. You can see everything you can see the love. And I know that he doesn't favor one of us over the other. So if he did that for her, he can do it for all of us. But I think what she did was she just did all the things I'm telling you to do. It's like ask him for help, be open to him, learn to trust him with small things, trust him with big things. Know that he likes you. Know that he wants to be invited. Know that it's okay to be humble and to say, I can't do it myself. And a lot of good things can happen when you do these things. So that's the energy update. I hope that helps you. I'm in it with you. I'm doing the same things. I think that this is a moment in time where it's important for us to realize this, and to get the help. And I think on earth, what we're really always looking for is heaven on earth. And remember, heaven is the experience of communion with God. And so you can commune with God while you are alive, and that will help create heaven on earth for you. So I hope that you like this video. If you'd like to book a free consult with me, to get your energy looked at, get a diagnosis about what's going on. I see energy visually. I can tell you. I will actually draw your energy, show you where the blocks are, tell you how I can help. And I'll put my email in the description as well if you have any questions for me, or if you would like to get a copy of my ebook, which I'm really excited about, coming out next Wednesday. So thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.